The React Review is coming at you, delivering hot takes on movies for all to see. The React Review is coming at you, enacting all of our favorite scenes diligently. Stealing the whole scene when you're dealing with Oshin. Do the taste come as promised, better take it to Thomas. If the movie ain't boring, you can view it with Orin and review it the theater once you're cool with Sophia. The React Review is coming at you, analyzing movies of all genres, no matter the thrill. The React Review is coming at you, paralyzing viewers when they're stunned from our acting skill. Understanding the story, you'll see the glory with Rory. If that ain't nothing to gloss, you'd need to cross with Ross. Whether film good or bad, our renditions be rad enough to wager this bond from the stage and beyond. The React Review is coming at you.
My giggle fit? No.
Okay, ready? Lights.
You're supposed to say camera action. So, what did you all think of the movie?
Loved it.
Excellent.
I thought it was excellent too.
And was it just me though, or did you find it a bit confusing, or was that just me finding every movie confusing?
To be honest, I kind of like. I can see where you're coming from, but I can kind of. It's like it keeps you on your toes about how there's so many possibilities that it could be the killer. And I really like that because it kept you guessing all the way up until the final act where the woman, I'm not going to name spoilers, was just like, oh, sup, it's me, bang, and then everyone just dies. Or gets injured, or whatever. Yeah.
Well, I don't really know that much because wasn't there.
We'll try not to spoil the movie for you, but we'll explain.
Okay.
Well, if you watch the upper screen, it's exactly the same.
I've watched some clips. So guys, is there any murder scenes? Like anything? Because I really like seeing
Yes.
people
Lots.
around.
Lots of murder. Anyone's to stand out for you, people.
There was like one that it was like really like disgusting, and I think I was like hiding behind my hat for most of it. There was like one that they got like stabbed in the neck, and it was like so bloody.
Richard, you were hiding behind your hat for anything. No offense, Nate. I'm not saying that in a bad way, but like,
Yeah, it was pretty
yeah, you were definitely. I looked over at you one stage of the movie, and you were like full on coat over your face, like full
She's just
on.
hiding behind the mask.
Yeah. Maybe she was screaming all along.
Oh my god.
Maybe it's true.
True plot twist, it could be anyone!
Do you know there was that scene as well where they were all like putting the blame on each other,
Yes.
and we're saying like it was you, and then no, it's you.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Spider-Man meme.
Well, I think
Yeah.
one of these are the killers.
That's preposterous, mate. It wasn't me. In fact, I think it was you, Rory.
It wasn't me.
Well, no, I definitely seen you go into that room with a girl died. It was definitely you.
No, it was him.
Me?
I
sure it
should have
was
seen you kill someone.
No, no, think about
The
it.
killer's after me!
What?
Well, I think the killer's him!
How dare you! Well, I have some speculation that it was actually Ross!
No.
I saw you going into that house with the guy who got his throat.
No, I don't know what you're trying to say. It wasn't me. It could have been anyone.
It was him.
It was you, actually.
No, it was you. No,
No, it was you! No, it was you! No!
Yeah.
Yes,
It was
that's a true story.
I really loved that scene because it delved into like the psychological breakdown of everyone. Like they were having like a sort of crisis. They were doubting each other, and they were like turning on their closest allies. Like they should be close in this situation,
But in that situation too, like if that was us, say us a group of friends, and I don't know, say like let's just use Rory for example. You get stabbed,
Sorry.
Rory. Like, and all, like, are you gonna be calm about it, or are you gonna be like, are you gonna stick together as a team, or are you gonna be calm, or are you gonna like?
I would be devastated, but I would try to be the bigger man. Yeah.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
I have to agree. It's only Rory, like at the end of the day, but.
Well, no, because I said I'd be devastated. I care about my Rory citizens. Another scene that I really enjoyed, speaking of like really intense scenes, was the scene in like the hospital. It was very well lit. It was in darkness, and it was just the girl in the wheelchair. What was her name? Tara, was it? Was her name? Wasn't it? Tara.
Yes.
And she was in the wheelchair, but there was one of the killers there as well. And like she got out of the wheelchair, and then she was like sort of clawing along the floor, desperately trying to get away from like the monster that was pursuing her. And like they got a few hits in as well. Like it was really intense. Like you really felt like you were in that situation as well. Like you were rooting for Tara.
No! Please! No! No!
Hey, Pop!
Dewey, no!
I was more worried about like the killer's act gonna kill Tara there now at the hospital.
Nah.
Because like it's such an easy victim, but the killer was obviously just playing with the.
I bet if there's anywhere to be killed, it's a hospital. Like if there's anywhere to be killed, it's a
For
hospital.
what reason?
Yeah,
What
when,
u-
when there's no medics around.
What use is that? Be killed in the hospital. What use is that?
Chancey, you
Because you're in a
stop.
hospital and there's a chance you can be saved.
But you just said they've been killed, which means they're.
But the sheriff was killed in the scene.
I'd also like to point out that the hospital was devoid of nurses at the time, so you'd be shit out of luck.
Oh,
That's true. It's just the sheriff that died, and I was wondering where everyone else went. Maybe the killer bribed everyone.
There was one funny scene. It wasn't like a murder scene, but it was like just kind of like survived it in. But she was high and she was like laughing at one of the parodies of the movie where the guy was like behind the killer. You know, the killer was behind the guy, and she was like behind you, but then behind him was the killer. So she was like
Oh yeah, because like she was like what?
So, you know the quiz show, everybody?
Yes.
Oh, yes, that was really cool. Where Mr. Scream rang up the girl and started doing a wee quiz with her. And sort of reminded me of quizzes such as The Voice. Not The Voice.
The voice!
I meant The Chase. I meant The Chase.
The chase
Chase
was
is
the
a
other.
good
Yeah.
Still going. Are you ready for Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Do you want to play a game? Question 1. Which horror film received the highest average rating on the React review?
Peter Rabbit?
That is correct. Well done. Question 2. The only React reviewer to give a perfect rating was who?
Sophia?
That is also correct. Now, final question. You'll be free. Question 3. What is the highest amount of React reviewers present in a single episode?
Was it 4?
That was the wrong bitch.
Think of all
Kill.
when I dial telephone. No
Well, I
place
find Tara's friend, What was his name? Brett or something?
Brenton.
No, it wasn't
No,
Brett.
it was Wes.
Wes. Aye, that's it. Wes,
The
where
one that died?
he was taking a shower and outside the house, unknown to him, the killer was stabbing to death his mum.
The mother.
I know he was in he was in the shower, just like washing his hair. Oh my god! I'm sorry, maybe it was just me, but his blonde hair was like flake.
Well, when the killer was stabbing the mum, like he was completely oblivious to all of it. He was taking the shower, he got out, drying off, and it was pretty tense thinking like the killer's was there at every moment. When they opened the fridge door and was about to close it, you can hear the sound effect.
The
playing.
music swells and then
The
falls.
music, and then
Yes.
falls, and it's not there. It's just drawing.
And it happens about like 4 times.
Yeah, 4
More than
times.
that.
Wasn't it 4 or 5 times? And the 5th time, like. Yeah. Well, not stop, just slowly.
A stab is a stab, Rory. You're unlikely to live anyway.
Well, just
You mean like a
specific.
Wait,
Slice.
so why do you have to be so specific?
Because it's part of the movie where detailing the suspense moments. of the
Sorry,
movie.
YouTube audience again.
And like one of the big parts of like the film was all the legacy characters getting brought back. So like
Yes.
What's my
Julie
favourite part?
and I can't remember the names, but
I don't know.
Sydney and Monica are friends. She was in there. And like the original killer who Billy Loomis, and the main girl in this film like that was her dad. So like occasionally in the film like he would like pop up in her reflections because she was like thinking about him and like he was like haunting her dreams and things. And but it was really funny because I had no idea who he was. Like I literally had no idea. So it was just like this random man covered in blood.
Yeah.
That was like giving her life advice, being like, you can do it, like you can do it, and you can kill him. Don't worry about it.
Sam, there is a key right in front of you.
Thanks, Dad.
You're a strong, independent woman, Sam. You can do this.
Thanks, Dad. Where am I supposed to put this?
I know you can find somewhere to put that. Daughter, I believe in you.
Thanks, Dad.
You know what? Do you know? It might have just been me, but was there anything in the movie that like really like annoyed you, like really bugged you, like any parts where you thought,
Oh, there was that really romantic scene between like the Monica and friends and from Dewey and the sheriff, because there was like this like it was like after one of the big deaths and like there was a crime scene going on and they were just like rehashing their like old love life, and I was like, this feels so out of place. Like why is this happening?
It's a bit of a mood whiplash.
I thought that, and I know Scream, yes, he wears the mask and stuff, but I really didn't like. I thought he should have kept his identity hidden. I don't think he should have took off the Scream mask at all.
Well,
Because if he didn't take, now we know who the killer was, and if he didn't take off the Scream mask, it I know it was too Rory,
You're
but
saying he, it was she.
I know, but it could have set up for a third movie. It could have like.
This is the fifth movie option.
Yeah, it can keep going. It's like Home Alone. How many Home Alones is there now?
Everyone, I'm pretty sure the killer's revealed.
Yeah, they really shot.
It's like
Let's see who this monster really is.
So that there was of no relevance what I just said.
Nope.
No.
Because I'm not a couple of that's what you wanna do.
Brings back memories. So, what can I say about Scream? I would say, if you remember back to episode 3, you might remember that I was a little bit harsh on Freaky for not quite nailing the thriller genre. I was leaning too much into comedy over horror. Scream was Freaky, done excellently in my opinion. They really struck the balance. The comedy was much more subtle, more leaning along the lines of one-liners and subtle witty jokes, but it was still a blaster. I found myself chuckling a good couple of times, all while the horror was extremely genuine and not relying on cheap jump scares. So, in conclusion, I think that Scream was an incredibly good movie and I would rate it a solid 9 out of 10. Definitely recommend the watch.
Scream was a movie that had a lot of screaming, and this screaming added to the tension. I think that was purposeful by the creator of the Scream franchise, who thought, there's a lot of screaming in these movies, so let's call it Scream. And therefore they called Killer Scream. And you never know who Scream is until the end of the movie, which I think is a very interesting concept. Well, so I'm kind of enjoying the movie. It was really cool. Lots of killing. What else do you want in the movie? I don't know. So, for my personal review of the Scream movie franchise, etc., etc., I would give the movie a solid 6.4 out of 10.
I would give the film a 7 out of 10. I really liked it. It was really entertaining, although I was quite scared throughout the whole film. I wish there was more scenes with the friend group and getting a bit more of the new characters, but I think they had a really good balance between the old legacy characters and the new ones. It was really entertaining. I really enjoyed it.
I really liked the movie. I probably would watch it again. I would give it 9 out of 10.
I thought the movie was pretty good. It was brutal, which I really liked. It was just straight on to the stab with no hesitation, which a lot of movies lack of actually. And there was all the legacy characters, but I don't know them because I never watched Silver Screams. But I thought it was a pretty good movie. I'll give this movie a 9 out of 10.
So, Scream, the movie. I thought it was absolutely brilliant. Now, I'm not a big horror fan. I find it scary sometimes. I'm one of these people, sit on the sofa and I hide behind blankets. I can't do it. But Scream was moderately, it was alright. Yeah, it wasn't too scary. But it was really, really good. So no, I thought it was a really, really good movie. An entertaining watch and definitely not one to be missed. Wholeheartedly, I'd give it a solid 8.5 out of 10.
The React Review is coming at you, delivering hot takes on movies for all to see. The React Review is coming at you, enacting all of our favorite scenes diligently. Stealing the whole scene while you're dealing with Oshin. Do the taste come as promised, better take it to Thomas. If the movie ain't boring, you can view it with Orin.